A resident in Islamabad reads a morning newspaper at a stall a day after the general election. Photo, AFP. More than 16 hours after polling ended on Wednesday, Pakistan is awaiting an official announcement from the Election Commission of Pakistan (ECP) regarding the general election's outcome. While vote counting amid allegations of fraud by PML-N and other political parties has been tediously slow, preliminary results indicate that Pakistan Tehreek-i-Insaf (PTI) has obtained a clear edge over other parties. Although PTI workers and supporters started celebrations before the final results, no statement, or even a tweet, has been issued by Imran Khan on his victory. His spokesperson Naeemul Haq, however, tweeted that the PTI chief will address the nation today at 2 p.m. in celebration and recognition of the massive support received from the people of Pakistan in the 2018 elections, which was a contest between the forces of good and evil. On Thursday morning, the first session of the Pakistan Stock Exchange following the election saw tremendous activity, with the bourse's benchmark 100 index jumping more than 600 points within the first half an hour. PTV News so far, quoting ECP, has released the final results of 40 National Assembly constituencies, according to which PTI is in the lead with its candidates winning 28 seats, PML-N has secured 5 seats, PPPP 3, Grand Democratic Alliance (GDA) 1 and Muttahida Majlis-e-Amal (MMA) 1. 2 seats have been secured by independent candidates. PTI's Asad Umar wins Na 54, Islamabad 3, with 56,945 votes, PML-N's Zania Makil runner-up with 32,991 votes. PML-N's Muhammad Hamza Shahbaz Sharif wins Na 124, the Lahore 2, with 146,294 votes, PTI's Muhammad Nauman Kaisar runner-up with 80,981 votes. PTI's Shafkat Mahmood wins Na 130, the Lahore 8 with 127,405 votes, PML-N's Khawaja Ahmad Hassan runner-up with 104,625 votes. Counting is still going on at the polling stations of different constituencies. See below for more results. According to AFP, Gallup Pakistan estimated voter turnout at between 50 to 55% in an electorate of nearly 106 million, similar to the previous contest in 2013. PTI chief Imran Khan awaiting final election results at Bini Gala, left late Wednesday night. PML-N chief Shahbaz Sharif addressing a press conference in Lahore to voice concerns over vote counting process. On News TV, based on reporting of 47% of polling stations, PTI is leading on 114 National Assembly seats, while the PML-N trails behind with 64 and the PPP parliamentarians, PPPP, is at third spot with 42 seats. Read, Imran's Pakistan beckons in Punjab, with preliminary results from 50% polling stations available with ECP. PML-N is currently holding its lead on 129 provincial seats, but PTI is closing in with a lead on 122 seats. Meanwhile, PTI is clearly steering ahead in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa with a lead on 64 seats against Muttahida Majlis-e-Amal (MMA), which is currently leading on 12 seats, as per reporting from 35% polling stations in the province. The preliminary results from 37% polling stations in Sindh show PPPP leading on 75 seats, followed by PTI on 22 seats. In Baluchistan Awami Party (BAP) is leading on 12 provincial seats, followed by Baluchistan National Party (BNP) on 9 seats, based on unofficial results from 35% polling stations. According to Geo News, Awami National Party leader Ghulam Ahmed Bilor conceded defeat to PTI's Shaukat Ali, his competitor on Peshawar's Na 31 seat, saying, "The results indicate that Imran Khan is a favored leader of the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. I am a democratic person and I admit the defeat." Delay in results at a 4 a.m. press conference. The Election Commission of Pakistan said that technical difficulties were behind the unprecedented delay. CEC Mohammad Roza Khan congratulated the people of Pakistan for participating in democratic polling process, and expressed gratitude for the polling staff across the country as well as the security personnel deployed on Wednesday. I am aware that the delay in announcement of results has caused some annoyance. But it results transmission system, RTS, was a new system and we were implementing it for the first time. Therefore, there was some delay, said the CEC. Regarding political parties' grievances about polling agents not being given Form 45, the statement of vote count by presiding officers, he said, "It is not possible that a polling agent was not given the form. If there are any genuine complaints, we will take strict action." Reaction: PML-N rejects poll results, declares Shehbaz Sharif to a question of how he would respond to allegations of rigging in the election. The CEC confidently replied, "We will prove ourselves that we did our job right." He announced what he called the first non-official, preliminary result of the elections. PTI's Chaudhry Adnan won PP11, Rawalpindi B, with 43,089 votes. Earlier in the day, ECP Secretary Babar Yaqub rejected the notion that there was any conspiracy behind the delay in transmission of elections results. The only reason for delay was a technical fault in the results transmission system, RTS, which stopped working when thousands of polling officers began using it simultaneously, he clarified. He made it clear that the election body had so far not released any official results. Yaqub said that the complaints by political parties regarding Kochi receipts were being addressed and action would be taken on all genuine complaints. He added that the ECP is compiling results that have been received via scanned copies of Form 45 and it had set aside the RTS for the time being to expedite the collation of polling data. Earlier, an ECP spokesperson had confirmed to Don News TV that the delay was due to the breaking down of RTS, which is being run through a software powered by National Database and Registration Authority, NADRA. A woman walks out of a polling station holding flag after casting her ballot in Rawalpindi. AFP According to data released by ECP, a total of 3,459 candidates, 1,623 from Punjab, 824 from Sindh, 725 from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and 287 from Baluchistan, were cleared to run for the 272 general seats of the National Assembly. However, elections in two constituencies, Na 60, Na 108, were later postponed by the Commission. A single party will need to bag at least 137 of the directly elected seats to be able to form the government on its own. PML-N, PPP cry foul. PML-N President Shehbaz Sharif at a mid-vote count press conference said his party rejects the poll results. In a tweet, he said the party had rejected the results due to manifest and massive irregularities. Form 45 was not given to our agents, results were stopped and votes were counted in the absence of our polling agents. This is both unbearable and unacceptable, he said. PPP Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari also tweeted saying he had not received any official results from any constituency where he was contesting, despite it being past midnight. My candidates have been complaining that polling agents have been thrown out of polling stations across the country. Inexcusable and outrageous. PPP's Sherry Rahman also claimed that there has been a clear trend of interference, in which all parties except one are being pushed to the wall. The whole election could be declared null and void considering just what has occurred over the last 3 hours, she said, adding that the party expects its complaints to be addressed by midnight. PML-N spokesperson Naya Pakistan, while speaking to the media, raised objections over the counting process and alleged that the party's agents were being forced out from the polling stations in various constituencies. Naya Pakistan speaks to media in Lahore after polling ends. On News TV, the counting process is being carried out behind closed doors and changes are being made to Form 45. Aurangzeb alleged while talking to media persons. In response, the Provincial Election Commissioner in Punjab categorically denied the allegations leveled by PML-N. political leaders should refrain from leveling such baseless allegations without having any substantial proof, the ECP official said. Explaining the process, the election commissioner clarified that only one polling agent of every party is allowed inside the polling station at the time of counting of votes. Polling officials start counting votes in Multan. AFP's Mala Bucks Chandio alleged that his party's agents were not allowed inside polling stations in Baden, while PSP leader Rosa Harun made the same claim about the treatment meted out to his party's agents at different polling stations across Karachi. The PPP, according to AFP, had registered over 240 complaints with the ECP regarding deliberate delay in the polling process to restrict maximum number of people to cast their votes, restriction of polling agents' presence during the vote counting process and non-provision of Form 45 by polling staff to the agents in time. Millions flock to polls. Women voters display their marked thumbs after casting their ballots in Islamabad. Millions of registered voters flocked to polling stations across the country today to cast their vote in Pakistan's 11th general election. According to Dawn News TV, the first vote was cast in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's Charsada district. Halfway during polling, the PML-N sent a letter to the Chief Election Commissioner, seeking an extension in time by 1 hour. The PML-N is making this demand under Section 70 of the Elections Act 2017, which authorizes ECP to extend polling hours already fixed, read the letter, signed by Senator Mushahid Hussain. Citing large-scale nationwide complaints, the letter added that only 3 to 4 people are being allowed to enter the polling station at one time, slowing down the process. This is not only causing inconvenience to voters, but may also end up depriving people from their right of vote. PPP, PTI and Awami Muslim League (AML) chief Sheikh Rashid had also requested the ECP to extend the polling time. The ECP, after deliberation, rejected the requests for an extension of 1 hour. In a press release, the ECP said that all those who were present at polling stations before 6 p.m. would be allowed to cast their votes. Earlier in the day, before polling stations officially opened for voting at 8 a.m., enthusiastic citizens had queued up outside their respective stations as early as 7 a.m. Voters stand in queue to cast their ballots for NA 135 and PP 161 constituencies in Johar town. At 371,388, a record number of troops were deployed at polling stations at the ECP's request to maintain law and order and take action against harassment. A total of 8,508 polling stations and 244,687 polling booths were established across the country. Around 17,007 polling stations were declared highly sensitive. PML-N President Shahbaz Sharif was among the first people today to cast his vote. Speaking to the media outside the polling station in Model Town, Lahore, he requested that people come out and vote for PML-N. Other politicians and candidates, including former Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, former Sindh Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah, MQ MPs Farooq Sattar, Pak Sarzamin Party, PSP Chairman Mustafa Kamal, PTI Chairman Imran Khan, Bilawal Bhutto and JUIF Chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman also took part in the polling process. ECP spokesperson said that the commission has issued a notice to Khan, saying his vote could be disqualified after he cast his ballot in front of television cameras, violating the secrecy of the ballot paper, AFP reported. Violence on election day. Reports of violence surfaced in various areas including Quetta, Larkana, Kuzdar, Swabi, and Kohistan despite the deployment of 800,000 security forces across the country. The polling process was temporarily halted at Quetta's Tamara Now Educational Complex School in the NA 260 constituency, where a suicide blast near a polling station around 11 a.m. left at least 31 people dead and 30 others injured. Also in Balochistan, a grenade attack at a polling station in Kash village in Kuzdar left a policeman dead and 3 others injured, according to AFP. In Nasirabad, firing at a polling station left 2 people injured, Dawn News TV reported. Earlier, in a village in Swabi, a shooting between supporters of two rival political parties left one person dead and 2 people wounded, according to AP. Clashes were also reported in Martin, Rajanpur, Kapro and Kohistan. Polling was reportedly halted in Kohistan. Polling was also halted at a school in Larkana serving as a polling station, where a cracker blast left 3 people injured. According to the Army's media wing, a military protection party accompanying the 271 polling staff from Baluchistan's Baladen area was ambushed at Dastuk near the Pakistan border on Tuesday night. Security forces foiled the attempted attack and moved polling staff to a designated place, Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR) said in a press release. However, 3 security forces personnel were martyred in the exchange of fire. They were identified as Sepoy Imran, 21, from Dera Bugti, Sepoy Jahanzab, 25, from Chakwal, and Sepoy Akmal, 23, from Haripur. School teacher, Safiullah, who was serving as polling staff, was also killed, while 14 others, including 10 security personnel and 4 civilians, were injured. 10 people who sustained serious wounds were evacuated to Karachi, while those who sustained minor injuries were evacuated to District Headquarters Hospital Turbit. Polling continued at the polling station as planned, ISPR said. The candidates from left to right, Imran Khan, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, Shahbaz Sharif. The battle is set to come down to 3 parties: Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, PML-N, Pakistan People's Party, PPP, and Pakistan Tehreek-i-Insaf, PTI. Main contestants in all, 11,673 candidates are in the run, 3,428 for National Assembly and 8,245 for Provincial Assembly seats. The statistics shared with the media reveal that independent candidates outnumber the candidates fielded by political parties. The number of candidates fielded by parties is 5,661 while the number of independent candidates in the race is 6,012. For National Assembly seats, 1,623 candidates are in the race, 1,805 of them fielded by political parties and 1,623 independents. KP is the only province where the number of independent candidates for National Assembly seats is higher than those fielded by parties. For National Assembly seats, parties have fielded 820 candidates in Punjab, 441 in Sindh, 335 in KP, 173 in Baluchistan and 36 in the federal capital. The number of independent candidates for National Assembly seats includes 714 from Punjab, 373 from Sindh, 386 from KP, 117 from Baluchistan and 33 from the federal capital. For Provincial Assembly seats, 8,245 candidates are in the running, 3,856 fielded by parties and 4,389 contesting independently. The number of independent candidates running for the Punjab and Sindh assemblies is higher than party ticket holders. As many as 2,256 independents and 1,719 party ticket holders are contesting Punjab Assembly seats, while 1,186 independents and 993 party candidates are in the run for Sindh Assembly seats. In KP and Baluchistan there are 675 and 469 party ticket holders and 470 and 477 independents, respectively. Of the 120 parties enlisted with the ECP, 95 are contesting elections and 7 of these 95 parties have failed to meet the mandatory requirement of awarding 5% party tickets for general seats to women. The voters there are 105,955,409 registered voters, including 59,222,927 male, 46,730,569 female voters besides 1,913 transgender voters, of whom 1,356 are in Punjab alone. The data shows that 17,443,094 voters, forming over 10% of the total, are in the age bracket of 18 to 25 years. This means they will be exercising their right to franchise for the first time. Another 28,995,231 voters are aged between 26 and 35 years. As many as 215,527 of the voters are suffering from physical disabilities, 163,995 of them male and 52,432 female. The ECP has announced that people with disabilities would be able to avail the postal ballot facility, and those who choose to go to polling stations should be allowed to vote on priority basis, without making them to wait in the queue. The ECP has trained polling staff to sensitively deal with such voters. The total number of voters belonging to religious minorities comes to 3,362,016, which includes 1,864,800 male and 1,497,216 female voters. Vote count process. Votes dropped in the ballot boxes are being manually counted by presiding officers and assistants present in polling booths. After the count, officers will transfer these boxes into sealed bags provided by the ECP. The bags will then hand it over to the returning officer, RO, who will give them to the district returning officer, DRO. The DRO will then submit them to the ECP's offices or storage houses, green bag for NA, white for PA and blue for unverified votes. Forms 45 and 46 will be filled for every non-PA seat by the presiding officer. These forms contain data of every candidate with their names as well as how many votes they received. The results data can also be shared with the polling agents and candidates present at the stations. The presiding officer will take a screenshot of both forms and upload them onto the results transmission system, an Android application which enables election officers to send the results to the ECP in real time. Curtain falls on campaigns. PTI, PML-N confident of victory. Election campaigns came to a close on Monday night, as directed by the ECP, with PML-N and PTI leadership rounding off their campaigns by predicting victory for themselves. Top left, PPP Chairman Bilawal Bhutto addressing a public gathering at Radadero. Bottom left, PML-N President Shehbaz Sharif gestures during an election gathering in DG Khan. Right, PTI Chief Imran Khan waves to supporters at a rally in Lahore. AP White Star, AP on the last day of canvassing, PTI Chief Imran Khan addressed 4 meetings in Lahore. PML-N President Shehbaz Sharif concluded his party's election campaign by holding a public meeting in Dera Ghazi Khan. PPP Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari addressed people in Shadadkot, Gari Khairi, Jacobabad, Shikarpur and Gari Yasin before going to the graves of former Prime Ministers Benazir Bhutto and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Despite all odds, PML-N is winning the July 25 polls. We will form the government at the centre and in Punjab as our victory is certain, said Sharif addressing the crowd in DG Khan. He urged the people to vote for his party to free Nawaz Sharif and Maryam Nawaz from jail. Khan addressed rallies at strategic points in Lahore to prop up his party's chances. One of his rallies was organized in the constituency from where he himself is a contestant, facing a big challenge from tough-talking PML-N's Khawaja Saad Rafiq. This is the time to change your destiny. You must come out to vote on July 25th. You must bring others out to vote on the day, he thundered. Controversial polls. The general election has been criticized by some quarters for not being free and fair. A soldier stands guard as an election official carries election materials at a distribution center in Islamabad. AFP questions have been raised over the role of the armed forces in the polling process, restrictions being placed on the media, participation of banned groups, NAB pressure on election candidates as well as the detention of political workers in the run-up to the polls. Read more. Dark clouds looming over elections. PML-N senators express reservations ahead of polls. Days ahead of the polls, former Senate chairman and PPP stalwart Rosa Rabbani hit out at the ECP's criminal silence over perceived irregularities in the run-up to the polls, warning of dire consequences for the government if the elections are engineered. survey findings. A public opinion survey conducted by the Sustainable Development Policy Institute (SDPI) and the Herald magazine shows that the Pakistan Tehreek-i-Insaf (PTI) enjoys a slim lead at the national level over the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz (PML-N). Polling official carries election material as a soldier escorts her in Lahore. AFP. This lead of 4 percentage points is outside the survey's national margin of error, 1.3 percentage points. The Herald SDPI survey finds that 14% of the respondents in Punjab remain undecided. Is this group of voters that will clearly determine the final result of the 2018 election. This finding is consistent with the polls conducted by Gallup and Pulse Consultants during May 2018, which also showed that undecided voters hold the election in Punjab in the balance. Read, Herald survey says election is too close to call. Quick links, with additional reporting by Hafiz Ul Ashirani and Syed Ali Shah.